close friend of mine, he was shot and killed in a nightclub, and I was supposed to be there with him, standing right next to him, and they never found the killer. Do not ever let a man just take care of your finances. I don't know. To every woman on their own, but for me personally, that was probably the dumbest decision I ever made. But it made me
feel
so
stuck,
much.
right?
You feel stuck, and that's what happened. I felt stuck on him, and that's a not nice place to be. So I learned that financial independence is.
What's up, guys? We're here. We're for another episode of the Discipline and Legacy podcast. I've got this beautiful young lady, Rosemary O'Donnell.
Thank you.
I got the pleasure. We've been trying to get together. She's got a podcast also, and we were going to do like a podcast swap. And
Yeah.
you know, I feel like that it's been getting pushed, and finally we were like, you know what? We're going to get it done. I was in Miami today, and we made it happen. We're here.
We made it happen. We're here.
Super grateful to have you.
Thank you. You as well. I'm so honored to be a part of this show.
Yeah,
I love your whole mission and what you do, and it's so inspirational to hear how you talk. I just love people with your mindset. It attracts like minds.
Yeah.
And intellectual conversations.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, of course.
We filmed a podcast right before this, and it was like, you know, sometimes I get messages or people I see out in public, and they're like, man, you know, something I heard on your podcast helped me. You know, I was in a bad place, and it helped, you know, changed my mindset, changed my outlook on life. And until I stop getting those messages, I'm going to keep doing this.
Oh, God, that's so beautiful to hear. That's exactly how I feel about mine. If you can help one person out there struggling or relating to your story, it can really impact
it's worth it.
Life
Makes it worth
tremendously. That's the whole reason I started my podcast. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Similar.
Do you want to? Let's start there. What is you know? Obviously, we're Discipline and Legacy, but you know, I'll be a guest at some point on yours.
You gotta come on mine.
And but talk about that. Talk about how you walked into that and how it's.
Okay, so that was created more along the lines of, I think I was watching. I always like podcasts, whether it's like comedy podcasts, like horror, crime, documentary. I'm into all sorts of different things like that. But I really started watching other podcasts, and I don't want to name names, but they were interviewing guests, and I felt like there was like a demeaning tone to it, or in a way they weren't respect. I felt like the topics were very shallow or weren't very meaningful, and I wasn't getting anything from it.
Yeah.
And I felt like the guests weren't getting anything from it. If I'm going to shoot anything, I want it to be positive, and I want people to feel uplifted and not like demeaned.
Yeah.
And I want to help people, and I want to share my story, and I want to hear other people's stories and how we can make the world a better place. I know that sounds very like...
No, it's true. Impact.
I just want to leave like a legacy. I want to leave a legacy. And I think that's what life is all about, and how to improve your life. And yeah, it's been a fun, bumpy road learning how to do it all myself. I don't have any agency manager. I do it all myself, which is very hard, but it's very rewarding.
Yeah, because once you accomplish it, or you see the fruits of your labor,
it is amazing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
How many episodes in are you now?
I think I'm at 5 or 6. I just shot a new one literally last week, so I'm just on it. And
That's
I have
awesome.
A blog, and life is so precious, and I think that everything should be documented and filmed and talked about. And you know, it's very random, but like I would say one of my biggest like inspirations is like Heath Ledger. Okay. I know he wasn't a podcast, he was an actor, but I love actors. I love film, cinema, art, music, and the way I don't know if you've seen his documentary.
I didn't see it yet.
Life, but he was just constantly like making photographs and journaling, and I just love, he was such an inspiration for me.
It's like a spiritual thing. Yeah, spiritual way of living.
Constantly take pictures. Life is so short.
That's what we were just talking about earlier, is like, you know, even with like Charlie Kirk, right? His kids won't get to see him, you know, as they grow, but there's so much content that he created that his legacy will live on. They will get to see the type of person that he is or was. And, you know, that's what, you know, I said about this whenever I started, is that like, you know, my father passed away 10 years ago, and best friend, like I love the guy. And I think we got like 2 videos of him just being him from like back in the day. And it was like, I go watch him every once in a while.
Me
and it's
too. Like, my father passed away too, so I always look back on those videos that I have. And it's funny, I have 2. It's funny you said you have 2 of my all-time favorite videos of him driving my car, and he was such a silly guy, and he was blasting Cardi B, and like it was just hysterical because my dad is such a goofball. But when I look back, it just makes you appreciate how like short life is. It's a blessing and a curse, but it is such a meaningful tool in your toolbox if you think about how can I transform or transmute this feeling of grief or sadness into something that will be remembered. And I always feel like my father's spirit is with me.
It is with you. Same with me. Like they live within us, and like same with like my dad was just like this. He was goofy. He always could put a smile on people's faces, and like the video of him is like, I swear it reminds me of like he's in heaven. He had this big white beard, came down to here, and he's driving the car, and the window is down, so like his beard was flapping in the wind, and then he's like, "See you later," and I'm like, but that was like the token phrase of like exactly what's gonna happen.
Yes. Wow, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful that you got that on camera.
It's on Facebook still. I go to his Facebook every once in a while. I still tag him.
Yeah, I still have my dad's phone number in my phone. I still have that last voicemail he left me, and I listen to it every year on his birthday and whenever I miss him. So I'm telling you, technology and the phones.
It's a tool, like you said.
It's a tool.
It's like a hammer when people were building houses. It's like same thing with like AI and everything. I mean, I'm not very tech savvy by any stretch of the imagination, but I was able to at least find the right people to help me and learn as much as I could learn to be where I'm at with like social media and stuff. And I'm just grateful that, like I said, like you said, we get to utilize it as a tool or use the platform to help others, to impact others, and that impact multiplies.
It really does. I mean, I have a few of my close personal friends who at first I was like, they're not going to care about my show. And then they started getting into it, and they would tell me, and they were like, I really like didn't know you had that side of you. I really didn't know like certain things you talked about. Like they were so into it, and now they keep watching, and that makes me so proud of them.
Isn't that cool?
They're into. Yeah, it's cool.
We were like, when's the next episode?
Yeah, like what are you gonna do next?
Yeah.
Like, and it's beautiful because it releases a side of you. A lot of people think of me as just like a model or an influencer, but that's when I kind of put my foot down and I was like, I want to do more than just this, especially when it gets emotional here. I experienced loss in my life a lot, and it was happening again and again and year after year. And a friend's suicide, I don't really want to mention it, but so much stuff impacted me that I was like, I have to talk about this.
Yeah.
Not just with a therapist, but with other people, and sharing those stories and discussing it with others is so therapeutic, like we talked about previously.
It is.
And it does make an impact if you can just save a life or
turn the pain into purpose, I think.
yeah, I have an episode named, I think that was my last episode.
Yeah.
The name of my last episode. That's so funny. Kismet. Look at that.
Yeah, it's true, because as you're going through it, you go through those tough times in your life. I know I can identify with that from the times I was dragging across bottom, and you're like, man, I'm just so like my hole's dug so deep, like I just might as well keep on digging. And when you're in it, and people are like, oh yeah, just pray or just do this, and it's like it's real hard, easy for people to say, but it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
It is sometimes.
But when you get through it, because no matter what, you got to get through it.
You have to.
You're able to utilize that, and like you said, I think everybody should be sharing that. So everybody has a story.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I think, even I hate to say it, but I feel like men hide a lot of their emotions. I feel like my ex-partner, I was with him for several years. I feel like he did have some unresolved issues that he needed to work out. Maybe sex addiction. He had, he had a lot of issues, and there was a lot of cheating involved. I think that if he went to therapy or just addressed that with me, and we could have worked through that. But unfortunately, some people don't want to change, and that's sad. But
or they don't want to change till it's too late.
So it's too late.
Yeah,
which is just such a shame.
It is.
Everything. I sincerely believe everything happens for a reason. So I wish him the best, and I'm sure in his own way, in his own path, he'll come to find his senses. But sometimes it takes longer for other people than others.
Facts.
I think, facts.
Facts.
Right? Facts.
Well, let's dive in.
Yeah.
What so obviously Discipline and Legacy, we want to let's hear your story. Let's hear how you got to where you are today. Mm-hmm. O'Donnell is definitely, that's an Irish name.
It is. My father, Stephen Thomas O'Donnell, Rest in peace. He was a beautiful guy and hysterical, and he brought me up to be this like funny girl. Passion always told me to go after my dreams, and my mom was from humble beginnings. She's Peruvian, grew up in Peru. I'm so proud of her. Came to this country around 28. I have the number 28 on my arm in dedication to her, and she makes me so proud to this day. It makes me emotional even talking about it because she started from nothing, and she's the only one out of her family. She was like several brothers and sisters, and none of them came to Peru, but she wanted the American dream. She was a nurse before she came to this country, and still that wasn't enough for her. She was like, I want to see America. I want to, something pulled her from her. I wanted to
We have an amazing country. We don't realize how blessed we are.
Yeah. And I think she saw her siblings living like a peaceful country kind of life, rural, and from literally the mountains. They all have farms and they make a decent living, but it's definitely not like the American lifestyle. So she came here, started her own business, and it's became successful. Took her a while, but yeah, that's really how it started. Like me getting inspired by my mom and having my dad be like the comedian in the family. You know, it was a beautiful way to grow up in that environment.
You have siblings?
I'm an only child.
Only child.
I was raised as an only, but very humble. I was not a spoiled brat by any means, but I did figure skating growing up. That was fun.
Ice? Well, I guess that's the only way you can do figure skating, right?
Figure
I'm from
skating,
Florida, so I never saw ice.
It's a very Connecticut thing to put me into. They tried to put me into ballerina school. I was not having it. They tried different things with me, but figure skating always stuck. I'm very competitive. So I think that's probably where the competitive and like wanting to challenge myself comes from. That's a deep core of my center.
That's discipline.
Yeah, I love it. And it's good to have a passion too. You got to have your hobbies and your interests, and that really helped me growing up as a kid.
How you your childhood?
Oh, yeah. Childhood affects you a lot. I was like raised on a lot of Sunday supper, Sunday dinner, like the Italian side, because my mom, all her family's in Peru. Like I think my mom had a sister who came to this country when I was like 3 or 4, and she wanted to try to make that work since she saw my mom was thriving and married to my father and having a kid. But she couldn't, I don't think she could last for more than 1 or 2 years. And then she felt like she didn't belong, and it was hard to learn the language. God bless her. And now she's back in Peru, and she hasn't come back since. So it's not for everyone. It's a very challenging thing to come from another country, not speaking the language and doubting yourself. But my mom was able to push through that, and she did it, and she had a family. She did everything she wanted. This woman is incredible. So she's amazing.
Mom's still around?
Yes, thank the Lord. She is an angel. I was a bit of a demon in high school, and well, yeah, I was a little rough. I was a little emotional, but I've matured so much since then.
What was it, partying or what?
I was partying. I come from a very strict like Christian Catholic background. My mom would take me to church every Sunday and mass, and it was a very wholesome childhood.
I feel like being Catholic was like so like proper. Like you had to like hold yourself a certain way and like
dress a certain way. It was very like they put me in private school, Catholic private school when I was a little kid. So it's really funny how I just grew up and became like kind of like a sexy Jessica Rabbit figure, if you will. But that's like what came out of me. Yeah, almost rebelling. I think that's probably how it started. It's almost rebelling, but it turned into something that I loved. Genuinely, I think that was my calling to be me. Yeah, I think it really did. Otherwise, I would have just went back to working at a bank or bartending like I used to. I worked normal jobs for most of my early teens. I started off very humbly working at like as a ice cream attendant at the beach. Like I love to work, and I just love to work, and I love to try new things. I went from job to job to job to job.
Serving, that's what it is, you know. I
remember being 8 years old, and my parents had a tenant who they did like children's parties, and I remember they were like, does your daughter like want to join, like paint people's faces? We'll pay her like $10 an hour. And they were like, are you crazy? She's 8 or whatever. And 10, however I was. And I was like, I want to do it. I absolutely wanted to. I wanted to make money young. So I had
Did
that,
you do good?
that hustle. I did pretty good.
Yeah.
But then my parents were like, she needs to pay you more. Like, over. So that ended. But yeah, that's kind of how I started painting little kids' faces for money. But it was beautiful. It was a beautiful memory. That's a cute memory.
So what did you move into for, like your early 20s, and what was your kind of career path? What kind of goals and ambitions did you have?
Well, I was in college. I went to college at some point, and then I was working part-time as a waitress at an Irish bar and restaurant.
Fit right in.
Fit right in. I noticed that I was very friendly with the customers. I remember I got fired from the waitress job after a while because I was too friendly with the customers, because I'm very social, and at the time I liked to drink. I still do on occasion. I tried to stay away from it, the booze. But I remember like they would offer me shots like during their business men, and I'd be like, yay, shots. But I was underage. I think I was like 17 or
Yeah.
18. Fired, but I brought in so much business because of my hospitality and how I like to like create bonds with people. So they were like, we're not going to fire you for that, but will you please like stick with it? Maybe you could be like a shot girl. So I became a shot girl. And from there, I was just used to pouring Jack Daniels down, dancing on the bar, which it was a fun experience. But then I think I got fired from that because I started a side hustle, which was selling fireball pens. Like,
Really?
like I don't know where I came up with that idea, and they were like, that's not okay, that you're making your own job at your job. So I was always trying.
So you were entrepreneurially thinking.
Oh yeah. So after that, they were like, this is ridiculous. You can't work here anymore. And I was like, fine, I'm going to go be a bartender, because I was too young to be a bartender or something. I had no experience. I literally, the day they fired me for that, I walked right across the street to a bar in like a little like sexy outfit, like prepared to like impress whoever was there. And I walked in all confident, and I was like, I would like to work here. Is there any opening positions? They're like, we're actually looking for a female bartender. Do you have any experience? And I was like, no, but I can guarantee I will be the best goddamn bartender if you hire me.
Yeah.
And the way I pitched it, I think he like looked back and he was like, you're hired. When can you start? And I started the next day.
That's awesome.
So it started from there, the bartending. And then I started making money more through modeling, because I think the money wasn't enough for me. I love money so much. It makes the world go round. But I think I chose the route to start dancing part-time at clubs. And then when I saw that I could make $1,000 a night or $2,000 dancing or whatever, I thought that was amazing. So I kind of dropped out of school to pursue that and modeling at the same time, to kind of figure out what I really wanted. Because at the time I was studying psychology, medical anatomy. I was very into like science.
What was your career path?
I wanted to be a psychologist. I was thinking about going into the medical field. But when I saw that I was getting a lot of like requests from people to start modeling, that's when it really like hit me that I think I need to do something more creative, not working for others.
Right.
And once I got my first modeling gig and started working along with companies, getting brand partnerships and working with all these really cool swimwear brands, and it felt really authentic and true to myself, that I'm like, this is something I want to do. I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I don't think I belong, and I clearly am getting fired left and right because of my personality. But I just like to have a good time, so I'm allowed to. It gives you the freedom, I think.
Yeah. Well, it is creative. I think being in it's an art form, and I never realized I had like that creative side about myself. I mean, I drew and stuff when I was younger. Like we would like draw aliens, and like I could draw pretty decent. That was like the 5th grade thing. But me and my buddy were just talking about it. He was in 5th grade with me, and we were like, yeah, remember the aliens we used to draw? And I played sports as well, but I always was very creative, and like lost that side of me for years until recently. Like we went to Art Basel last year, and I'm like, man, I didn't realize how much I love like art and music. Like I was like,
me too. I used to play guitar in early college.
I
in
didn't,
high school.
but now I want to.
Yeah, now I got a guitar now, but now I want to learn how to play piano. I just love. I had a big old piano growing up, but I was such a little brat, and I never used it. But oh man, if I did,
Yeah.
I can imagine like what could have came out of that, a career or something. But everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. No coincidences.
No coincidences. Exactly.
So you had a successful modeling career starting from a young
pretty
age.
decent. I wasn't on Vogue, nothing like that. But
Was that like a
took-
goal, like to do something, to be on the higher, or was just go with the flow? And
I don't think I ever wanted to reach that Vogue stuff, and I personally at the time I don't think I had the confidence. I was so young that to do. I was like, there's no way I'm.
so you started real young.
Yeah, like 18, 19,
Yeah.
started dabbling with it, and then they came opportunities. But yeah, I'm just really proud of where I'm ending up now, which is like I just shot my first film 2 years ago alongside Michael Madsen. That was a huge milestone in my. I couldn't believe it. I still am in shock that I
Right.
even got to work alongside someone that's directed by Quentin Tarantino. It was just a
Yeah.
huge. I felt like my whole life was leading up to that moment, and to work alongside him, it was so.
Was that something new for you, that you wanted to get into acting?
Yeah, I definitely, and I still am. I'm still pursuing roles, and it's been a challenge. It's definitely not easy to break into that industry. It's scary too because it puts you on a different platform versus like the internet. It's a reason why I have my comments off on Instagram, because I really don't want to hear what people think about me.
Yeah.
I just don't care. I don't have the time for it. But it's a lot of judgmental people out there. But
Yeah, but if you don't got haters, you ain't doing something right.
exactly.
So,
So that's
but I
why
like
I don't
that.
like.
I like that approach.
Yeah, I'm like I don't need to hear
Yeah.
their opinions, because that's how I roll. I'm like I love myself. I love what I do, and I don't need to hear anything positive or good. But I don't need to hear nothing as long as I have it in myself. That's how I feel. That's how I rock, and it keeps me level headed, because I don't need it. I don't hear the chit chat.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
What brought you to Miami?
The breakup mostly with my ex, mostly, but I also wanted a fresh start, and I've also never lived in Miami. I spent a
Yeah.
lot of time here in my early 20s modeling, doing hostings and gigs, and dancing sporadically, and spending time with my friends in San Diego, Santa Barbara, LA, modeling, starting my career out there and building my portfolio. That was a lot of couch surfing. I don't know how I did it so young. It was taking the Greyhound bus up and down the coast of California by myself. I don't know. Like looking back, I'm like, how were you not scared? I think when you have such a goal and a mission to like create art and shoot with
You were
different people,
fulfilling your purpose.
exactly. And that's what I appreciate. Now I can relax because I've fulfilled my portfolio, and occasionally I'll do shoots here and there just for the fun of it. But it does exhaust you. That's why
Yeah.
I'm transitioning
Hard
now
lifestyle.
into, it's a lot. And it's a lot of competition. That's why I just love the podcast realm, which is why I'm
Yeah.
very happy to be here. It's so free.
Have you been a guest on other podcasts or?
Yeah, recently I was on Chris Frigo. I hope I'm saying his name right. It's Cold on Contact.
Okay.
I just shot with him recently, and it was very cool. He did like a little interview about me, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
But so far, I've just been kind of doing my own things and a lot of vlogging in between my sit down. I like to sit down, just like you, sit down
Same.
episodes.
Yeah.
Get to know people. And
I've done a few of the. I've done 2 remote podcasts. It was cool because like I did a podcast with a lady when she was in Norway, and then the last one I did, we were only a couple hours apart, but time frame wise, but I don't know if she'll see this or not, but I forgot to hit record, so I have to tell her because we just went to go edit it, and like we have the file, but for whatever reason, like, oh, you didn't hit record. I'm like, I didn't know I was supposed to. So, but and it was an awesome episode, but she has a podcast as well. So she's like, well, you got to come and do yours. So I'm going to break the news to her. We literally just found out like 2 days ago, and I'm like, oh man, but I'm not tech savvy. So we did the virtual on Riverside. I was sitting, she was in Pompano or something, and I was in Port St. Lucie, and did the whole episode. And I'm like, I went to go download it, and I'm like, hey, I think, what did I do wrong here? And he's like, oh, I don't think you hit record.
ooh, buddy,
So
you live and
she
you
probably
learn.
won't hate me too much, but
No, accidents happen. She'll forgive you.
yeah.
She'll forgive you. How'd you meet her?
I just reach out and ask people sometimes, and then sometimes people see my podcast, but she was an expert in networking.
And networking.
She started her own networking, I guess, brand.
Yeah.
Really, because it's called TPN, and then she's got chapters.
Yeah.
Like, all over the U.S.
That's cool.
Or like they find like a leader and they're like, hey, if you want to open up a chapter, like they give them an onboarding, and I thought that was really cool. And like we're doing something similar now with myself and a buddy of mine where we're at in Port St. Lucie with it's a personal development community. So we're gonna do same thing. It may turn into chapters. I don't know. We set the date and we're just like we're going all in and we're doing it. And so it's faith-based personal development group, iron sharpening iron, and it's co-ed, and it's just people in the same room that want to be the best versions of themselves and lifting each other up, keeping each other accountable, sharing our wins, sharing our losses. And so far, like we started the group with like everybody that signed up because it doesn't launch until the 17th of June. But just starting the group of everybody that signed up to come already, like this morning, they're like, hey, go kill it today. Like, and it's cool to be part of starting something that is going to, who knows what it's going to be.
I think part about it, isn't it?
Like, it's like no turning back now. So
No, no turning back. You gotta go fully into that.
So
that is cool.
And that's it. Yeah. I think, and as you go into these things, I think you realize like, this is part of my purpose. Like I am supposed to do this. And you walk out of your house confidently in the morning knowing that you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. And that's how I felt with the podcast thing. So like I remember, because I used to come down to Miami quite a bit. I was on I was in Wes Watson's coaching program. I learned a lot from him. He's a great guy. I think Clinton helped me out, I think, more than anything. And but that's how I learned social media. That was like a year ago. And blew Instagram up like 60, 70,000 followers in like a year. TikTok blew up, YouTube. But those, even then, like they were like, oh, you don't need to do a podcast. And I'm like, it was Clint and Wes are like, just sell coaching programs. And I'm like,
oh.
So, and you hear that from people. They're like, you're not an influencer. You're not this.
Oh, I've heard that a million times. And you people suck who have told that to me. You watch.
That's it. Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. No, you can believe anything that you set your mind to, and whatever. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And even this is the thing, I think, in my opinion. If you put anything out there with your heart and soul, it is meant to be. Like my podcast doesn't have a lot of followers yet. Maybe a couple thousand, less than a couple. The whole point is it's something you love and it's something you create. And if it goes big, great. If not, we have other pursuits. I'm sure you have multiple businesses. Like
I'm learning to have that. Yes.
Yeah. Who cares? The following doesn't matter. It's about the message. I feel like Heath Ledger and the Joker. Like it's about sending. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. That's how
I love that. You refer to Heath Ledger. Are you referring to Joker or I remember him. What was that movie where they were in like college or something? I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, that's where I remember him from. I do remember him from the Joker.
Was that 10 Things I Hate About You?
I think it was.
Yeah, where he
it was.
serenades the girl.
Yep.
I forget her name. Beautiful movie. Yeah, that's I fell in love with him in that movie.
Yeah.
He's such a creative person. Honestly, like his acting is phenomenal.
And then like you said, like even with the Joker, like I think all of us have a little bit of Joker inside of us. I think I feel like that. I think everybody's got a little bit of autistic tendencies. I think we all have. There's a reason why Adderall works for everybody because I think we all got ADD. I've since also took this psychology sociology path because I was a firefighter paramedic for like 6 years, and but that was part of it was chemistry, the medical, having to learn how to deal with people, and I was interested in that as well, and I'm crazy too.
Oh, we all have our crazy sides, believe me.
Like I've been to all 4 of the medical. I mean, and part of that was obviously drug and addiction induced, but I've been to all the mental health facilities in my area, and now I get to go in there and share my story with them.
Now, isn't that wonderful?
Now I get to go back to the same county jail I was in and say, hey, I sat in the same chair as you.
Respect. Yeah. and like help others.
right.
Yeah, that you're doing. I don't know if you believe in God. I personally do, and He's helped
100%.
me from the bottom of when I felt at my absolute lowest. Like there's no one. I reached out to Him, and a few years ago, I grew up Catholic, but I was like, I don't know if I believed. I was young and naive, but when I really needed Him at the most, something out there was, and it was Him. Something saved me, and it completely changed my life around. And I just went full throttle on the gas and was like, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure I'm living my best life.
Yeah.
Like something, like it's like I felt like an angel put their arms around me. It's like, you're safe, you're protected. Like nothing can bother. I think I was scared for a lot of years to even open my mouth, because as a model, you don't really speak. Like no one gets to hear you. So I was like, I want to get my voice out there. Because during that time, too, there's a transitionary period where I wasn't working so much because I was living with a guy who was kind of taking care of me financially, and I was financially dependent on him, which is big no. Women out there listening, do not ever let a man just take care of your finances. I don't know. To every woman on their own, but for me personally, that was probably the dumbest decision I ever made. But it made me
feel
so
stuck,
much.
right?
You feel stuck, and that's what happened. I felt stuck on him, and that's a not nice place to be. So I learned that financial independence is freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom, absolute freedom. And it made me so much better, so much more stronger, because I have no one that can tell me what to do. And, it's freedom. There's
You
nothing
think that
better
was
than
what
freedom.
opened the door for you? Was like ending that relationship? You think it was kind of changed things for you?
Yeah. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't be reliant on someone. And I think that was the part of his way of keeping me around, was knowing that he had that financial hold on me. But when I was miserable, I'm like, what am I going to do? So you have to find means of taking life in your own hands and just going full throttle. Just don't let anyone tell you can't do something. He didn't even want me to work.
Yeah.
And that took a few years out of my life, but like I said, those setbacks only make you stronger, and they realize who is meant for you. And that relationship, as much as it hurt, taught me so much about what I want and what I won't tolerate and what I
There you go.
want. Yeah,
Drawing
it's
the
helped
line in
me.
the sand.
Oh, it's helped me. It's helped me so much. That's great. And I know you're married, right?
I am.
So how long have you been married for?
That'll be 7 years this year.
That's beautiful. That is so nice.
Yeah, October will be 7 years.
Any kids?
Not with each other.
Okay, that's beautiful too.
Yeah. I have my 15-year-old son, Braden, that I had with his mother. And then she has 3 older children, 25, Carlos is 25, Mateos is 23 or 24, and then Anna is 22, and I'm a grandpa. Venice Commercial Services doesn't just lay concrete, they build trust. From driveways, pavers, and decorative concrete, their team brings honesty, precision, and craftsmanship to every job. Concrete and memories are forever. Make yours with Venice Commercial Services. Visit vcservicesfl.com.
No
5
way.
times. 4 now, 5 July, the 5th one's coming.
That's awesome.
So that's cool.
Cool looking grandpa. You look good. You look good for your age. God bless.
I tell people I married into it.
It's-
But I am it for them, because their actual
wonderful.
father passed away. So they're that
yeah,
side
that's
grandpa.
yeah, that's wonderful.
And it's cool. I get, here, this thing pooped.
Oh, my friends are all having
my fair
babies right
share.
now, so I get it.
Yeah. And we did want to have kids. Like we talked about it. We were like moving in that direction, and like we're sitting in a Denny's or some breakfast spot one morning, and we're sitting at the table, and like behind us there's like 3 toddlers like jumping up and down on the table, and we're like, I'm 30 something. I don't remember how old I was, but I'll be 40 this year. She's 3 years older than me. She just had her birthday last weekend. And we're like, you sure you want to do this? Because like, don't we want to travel the world? Like, don't we want to like, and we both brought life to the world. And like, we just had a true, honest conversation. We prayed about it, and we're like, listen, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But it's not like we're going to go like force the,
Oh no, yeah, definitely don't force that.
Yeah.
But it's good that you guys pray together.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And we did. We went
That's
we did
great.
the fertility clinic. We, we tried.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't like we stopped trying, but it was like we're going to be grandparents. It was like 2 weeks after that we found out
Whoa.
the
You see how life works? That's really.
so it's the next best thing. I feel like, because even with my son, like he was good until I was clean and sober until he was 5, but me and his mom started using drugs again, and we both lost custody of him. But he was adopted by his grandma because we were unfit parents, and I was in jail. I had to sign over custody of my son, and now he's in my life full time today. But there was a period of time where we weren't the greatest parents, and we weren't fit. So like I feel like having a grandbaby gave us that second chance.
It's it.
Because now you just absorb and enjoy every moment, and yeah, it's
that God really came through for you with that grandbaby.
100%.
Oh,
and that was one of the things that, like, my wife was very Christian. When I met her, she was like singing in the church, and she saved my life, I think, because but somebody told her, Brazilians are very Christian, like they're like they lay hands on people, they're praying for people. These people prayed for me whenever I was using drugs, and they told her, like, hey, you're gonna have a little girl in your life, and that was the first grandbaby, was a little girl. So she was like, so sometimes when God's telling you something, maybe it's not exactly what you think, maybe it's not supposed to be for you, but he still moved in that same way.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah,
That's so cool how it works. I'm speechless, just because that's just such a beautiful, moving story.
it was cool.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's really insane how it worked. But I'm happy for you.
She said that too. She's like, oh, well, maybe it wasn't supposed to be our baby. I'm like, well, it is our baby, but
it is your baby.
Just a grandbaby.
And it's just a grandbaby. But you will.
And then the newborn, I was
spoil it
holding a
rotten.
newborn last night. Like, she's looking in my eye. She's like a month old, and it's a blessing. Little Brazilian baby. So Jade and Jasmine are the ones that are Jasmine is how you say it in Portuguese, and then Caleb, and Luna.
Beautiful names, by the way.
Yeah,
Love
and then
those
Noah's
names.
coming next month. It's a blessing, because I was really thought that I didn't have a purpose on this life and on this earth anymore.
I think we've all had those thoughts, especially, if you're in a place, for example, like you mentioned, you were in jail. I can imagine the thoughts. It's like
I gave
rock
up.
bottom.
Yeah, I
you
gave
probably-
up.
Did you pray at that time? Is that when?
I didn't really know God at that point.
Yeah.
But there was a period where he was there the whole time, like throughout my whole life. He was there. You could, once you look back, like he was protecting, like same way he was there protecting you, and it was just you got to go through what you got to go through to get where you got to get. And I'm still dealing with that consequence, because like now I can't fully parent my son the way that I want to, because he's technically the custody of his grandma. So she can be like, oh, well, I don't want you to do this, and then I got to listen. So, but I'm the best thing going for him, because I'm his dad. I keep him accountable. He doesn't like it, but he'll thank me later.
Yeah, and he'll understand. He'll forgive you for sure. Things happen in life, and it can be unpredictable, but it's how you handle it.
Yeah.
With grace. And now that you understand, and you've seemed to be doing a lot better, and that's all that matters, right? I mean, I wasn't even supposed to be here. I had so many close encounters with death myself. I remember a few years back, a close friend of mine, he was shot and killed in a nightclub, and I was supposed to be there with him, standing right next to him, and they never found the killer. And I'm still going through waves of grief. Grief is very it's linear. So I feel tremendous, like,
survivor's remorse,
survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could have talked him out of it, or there's nothing you can do. But like we talked about, he's probably watching over us, and we pray for him, and he was very beloved in the community. But I'm telling you, it's scary. Like, when those things happen, and it can put you at rock bottom, because you're like, he was such a good person. He had a kid. Why not me? Why am I still here and he's not here? And it's I think you have to have those conversations with yourself. Like, okay, because I lost him to such a violent death, and I want to be strong for my family, his family, and our neighborhood, our community, by putting, like, how are we going to get rid of these monsters. I know monsters can be human
Well, I
sometimes,
think
but
too, we don't understand God's plan,
we don't.
and there's no coincidences. Like you were supposed to be there, you weren't there, and like so that could have been you.
Yeah, he texted me right before it happened, like, where are you? And with the grief.
There's so many things that have happened in my life where, like, with young babies dying, and like you like ask God, and it's like, why? And you, like, we can't even begin to comprehend like his purpose or understand why. And like it's definitely not because like he wanted to punish people, but you never know on certain situations on why they happen or but I do know today, like obviously losing my dad and my sister passed away a couple years back from cancer from very young at 50, and 8 kids, like I'm 11 grandkids. Like she was great lady, perfect person, and same deal. Like why? But
It is a harsh question to deal with.
and then at this point there's everybody's dealing with it. Like now they're my nieces and nephews that we all talk to each other. I think part of that process brought them closer to God. So even that being something that came from it is something positive. I was the guy that everybody hated in the family. I was the black sheep that like my family laughed when I got beat up by the cops and like violated I was just that type of I had gotten to that point where like nobody cared about me. I was a scumbag. I was a piece of shit. And but that same guy was asked to pray at my sister's funeral. Like that, to have that transformation where like I'm the leaning post for the family, and through faith, was an awesome experience too. But there's the reason why I don't know. Why'd my dad have to? My dad passed away on my birthday, so there's like it's tough when you got to go back and look at it, but you got to grieve. You got to understand that, fortunately it wasn't you that was there, because God has a purpose and plan for your life.
Oh yeah, I think that woke me up. I think a couple of like this, and after that, next year around Thanksgiving, my friend lost his life. He lost his life to suicide. So that was during Thanksgiving. And for someone I knew for years and years and years, who I spent time with, and it was just, that was monumental. I think that's when I really started to push on the podcast and getting creative, because I was like, out of respect for him, I'm going to live for him. I can't sit here and rot in sadness and pain. I'm going to live for him. And for my father who passed, for everyone, I'm just going to be the best person.
That's your
I can
legacy
be.
now, right?
Exactly. I just want
That's
to make
what you
everyone
want
proud.
to people be remembered by, is
Yes.
that you're being a voice for the folks that don't have one, and that you're allowing others to share their stories.
Yeah, that's what I love about these podcasts, is getting
showcasing
that. And pain is something that I think a lot of people are ashamed, or they don't want to talk about. And I think it's the most honest thing you can do for not only your mental health, but for others to maybe find a way or get inspired to maybe take that step and reach out to a friend, seek a therapist, go out and find a community, make new friends, come up with ideas, and start being more creative. Like I sing and I dance and I do pole dancing classes and aerial yoga and aerial hoop.
That's tough, right?
Oh yeah, I love challenging myself.
Yeah.
And now I'm back on the ice, and I was recently thinking, like, should I become a part-time coach, like figure skating little kids? Because I love kids. Yeah, that's what I love about life. You can just constantly reinvent yourself and do different things part-time. So that's something I'm working on too, is potentially teaching kids how to skate. I just love
start
kids.
it and do it.
Yeah. So I have been on the ice, and
Where's there a place
great.
around here with ice? Is it in Miami or?
It's a secret. I don't want people to know.
I know
but
there's one in Lake Worth.
There is one in Miami. I will not say where, but
you got the 411 on it, and you get
yes,
to
and
be
I
there.
like to keep it private because I love to have the ice all to myself.
That's awesome.
I do love it. I love it. I love it. It's so therapeutic, and it's so freeing. And I put my music on, and I dance and I swirl and I try to jump. I'm not as good as jumping as I used to because it's been a long time since I professionally, competitively ice skated. But yeah, it's been fun to start something up like
That's
that.
amazing.
Yeah, it's been great.
So that you got the podcast going on. You're possibly moving into some coaching. What else is going on for you right now?
Oh, I'm trying to get into the movies. I just love
that
acting
big
so
here?
much. No, I feel
Not so
like
much
that's more an LA thing.
Right.
So I do have a very good friend of mine, Alex Farnham, he's a producer and he's so smart and talented, and he works in the entertainment industry. He's a producer, writer, like I said, and he just shot a couple of films that actually I think they went on to win awards at the Hawaii Film Festival a year or two ago. I can't say for sure, but I know he's doing very well, and he's well connected to the point that he had the dinner with Michael Madsen that led to hiring me for the role to play his girlfriend in the movie called Entity. I'm really excited. It's a horror film. I can't wait for it to come out.
Is that coming soon?
Hopefully, since his passing, I think they had to do a couple tweaking to the film, but I think they're shipping it out. I really can't say too much about the details, but hopefully, I think it's gonna be. I'm hoping for Netflix. I'm really hoping for Netflix, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. It's very exciting. It's in the works, so I can't wait for it. But I want to do more of that. I want to do more of that. It's very fun, and I think that's where I would like to head, is more into acting, because I was in drama in high school and I always got the lead parts. So I was always like, I loved dramatic roles. I remember slapping someone that was like improvised and like the girl looked at me funny during the play. I just loved getting into feelings and action. So now I'm like doing self-taping and sending it to people and just putting myself out there. I think that's a huge thing in life, is just putting yourself out there. And who cares if they don't like me, if they don't judge, their loss, because someone out there will see it hopefully and you'll take the job. I just do it because I love it.
Yeah.
I love
You say if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Exactamundo. Exactly.
So passion project that could be something.
Yeah.
It will be something, right?
Yeah, and it's not
Speak
even
it
about
into
the
existence.
money. It's not. It's just about the passion.
Yeah.
I'm like, put me in it for free. I don't care. Like, I'd love to just be a part of it. It's such a fun experience. I think that's where the creative juices started flowing too in high school, when I joined that drama club and joined the theater and auditioned and realized, wow, I'm not as shy as I thought I was, because I was a pretty.
Have you thought about like
kid.
documentaries type stuff maybe for?
Yeah.
Because somebody put that on my heart a little bit recently. They're like, oh, you should.
You should totally about your story.
And Netflix,
Yeah.
they would pick that up.
Oh, I'm sure in a heartbeat. You should.
You
really
too.
Go for it. Yeah, I'm actually not writing a book. It's more like I'm writing a piece on like what I've been through, because I've been through domestic violence. I've been through a lot of hard things in my life, and I just started jotting it down, and I was like, I could really make something out of this, whether it's a fictional character or just documenting my life and what the experiences I've been through. I think it would really help others, just so they know my story.
Well, just the fact that you're getting it out on paper is...
that's what started it. I was like, I just want to jot this down. And then once I did, I was like, oh, this could... And I talked to my friend, actually, who's a producer, and he was like, I would love to read it once you're done and look over it, and maybe we could turn into a like small feature short film or whatever, because it costs money. It's not cheap, folks.
Documentaries aren't either. I got quoted cheap. Like $30,000 or something.
Yep. Oh, no. And, it is expensive to film these movies.
Do you have a cracked driveway or need pavers done? Venice Commercial Services handles it all. Commercial and residential concrete and pavers. Top rated with over 55-star reviews. Venice Commercial Services. Visit vccommercialservicesfl.com. But the best investment you can make is in yourself.
Exactly. So. Like maybe even a short budget, we could do it. So yeah, the sky's the limit. As long as you got those intentions in your mind, the sky's really, truly the limit.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So book, podcast.
Yeah.
Still modeling here and there.
Here and there. Those are fun.
What else you got going
on? Hosting events from time to time. I host events.
Were you a part of Swim Week last week?
I was supposed to be, and then I had a little bit of like a stomach issue, and I didn't feel good. I wasn't feeling good, and I felt like something, like I wanted to go. So I didn't end up going, but next year I'm going to, believe me, come back full force. But I also was invited to walk the runway 2 days before. So that's kind of like their fault, because I didn't feel present.
I think I put you a little bit on the spot for me coming this week too, right?
No, not at all. No. Because we've been planning for a long time, but I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
No, but this is easier than walking a runway half naked.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a lot easier. But yeah, I'll do it next year. Yeah, it just, I had to skip it this year. I just, when your gut tells you just no, because you're going to be photographed, you're in harsh lighting, you're walking a runway, you got to look your best. I wasn't prepared. I had a lot going on. I just got a new puppy. That's probably a huge.
What kind of puppy?
A Pomeranian. She's beautiful. Her name is Bambina Gianna.
Baby?
She's 3.5 months now.
Oh, wow. She's super small.
Pounds. She's
wow.
super tiny. She'll be 5 pounds full grown.
I got a teacup Yorkie.
Dude, Yorkies
Did you see me
so
walking
cute.
it down the street with a pink leash?
Oh, that's adorable.
No, I don't. She runs free. And then what
Run
else?
free.
Bella's she's a Chihuahua mixed with a French bulldog.
Oh, that's interesting.
She's like a little mini pit bull.
I've never heard of that mix before. That's so
We got her
cool.
in Miami. We got her in Miami.
You got her in Miami.
Yeah, it was.
Very
She's
cool.
like 7 years old now. But yeah,
So you're a dog person?
I'm an animal person.
I
had a
love all
raccoon. We had a
animals.
raccoon. We
Wow.
saved her, and she ended up running away on 4th of July. We think she got scared from the fireworks because we used to keep her in the porch.
Probably.
And it was just like she was so smart. She, had little hands, and her name was Raccoon.
I had a squirrel. My dad, rest in peace, my dad had a squirrel, and he brought it in. We tried to save it. It was just.
I'm an animal guy. I think
me
animals are
too.
cooler than humans.
I deeply resonate with that
Yeah.
on a spiritual level, because I've always been into animals. Like, if you take me to anywhere, any place, like when I used to go in the mountains in Peru to visit my family when I was younger, I remember my family would be like, "Where's Rosemary?" And I was always like in the chicken cooper with the like lambs and like hugging them.
Yep.
And people there, and my cousins would look at me freakishly like, "Why is Rosemary with like the pigs and the ducks?
Like,
And
we're
what is
gonna
she
eat
do-
that
like
thing
we're
for
gonna
lunch,
eat it for
like-
lunch? Like, what is she doing?" I'm like, what a gorgeous specimen. Like, I was always looking at, actually, like, I remember kidnapping a cat because I saw the poor cat get abused. Some like drunk, like village people, I saw them one night were like kicking
Isn't it
this
weird
cat.
in third world countries? Like the dogs are just like they're homeless and like they don't.
And this poor cat was getting kicked by 2 drunk idiots. And I clocked it, and I was only maybe 8 years old or 9 at the time. I went to sleep in this little hut. And then when I woke up in the morning, the crack of dawn, I snuck out of that hut and I went to that house and I looked all over for it, which is probably very dangerous. I was on my own. No one's around. And I took that cat back with me to the city where my mom has an apartment with our whole family there. That's a story for another day. She built that from scratch.
Wow.
God bless her. And I took that cat and I took it as my own, and I got flea. We call it, in Spanish, it's called pulga. Pulga is the word for fleas. And because we called her that because she gave me fleas and I was itchy for like a week. And we had
You speak Spanish?
I do.
Yeah.
I speak Spanish, yeah. A little bit of an American twang to
Right.
it because I grew up with all my Italian family here. No Peruvian family whatsoever. They all live in Peru, unfortunately. But my mom did notice when I was getting bratty around 13, she did take me there for like 1 or 2 summers, I believe. And I would have she would leave me there to like discipline me. And I had a tutor and everything, and I would sit down and I would write, and he would teach me 2 hours a day, and I'd write and learn
I
enunciation.
learned how to speak
and
Portuguese.
Portuguese is a hard language.
It's I feel like it's like a French Spanish because I know enough Spanish to like communicate, but when I'm obviously like if I pay attention I can understand it. But the Portuguese was, it's very similar. It's very similar to Italian Spanish, and they got a closeness to them. Instead of like yo quiero, it's like io quiero. So it's
like it's so similar.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, isn't it?
What kind of legacy and impact do you want to leave on the earth? It sounds like you're moving in that direction with the podcast, but what is it that really is your aha thing that you want to leave?
That's a good question. I think that honestly, I have a huge girl crush on Billie Eilish, and it's not just because of her looks, it's because of her soul. Like
Okay.
I think that woman has such a great soul, and her singing inspires me, and her lyrics and
She's
all
like an
that.
old soul, I think.
Old soul.
Yeah.
Old soul. And a lot of people joke, like, she's not a real singer. And to that, I say, F you. She really is. She's very
She's got
talented.
a voice on her, I
She's
think.
got a
I don't think
voice. She
she's
really is. I even got
killing it.
her album right here tattooed on my fingers just to remind me of how much she actually saved me when I was going through a really hard
Have you
time.
tried to meet her?
I wish I could. I don't have connections like that, Jonnie.
Let's make it happen.
That would be awesome if you have any connects.
Let's make like AI pictures of you on her on your podcast and then tag her in it.
Oh, that's funny. I have her album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? I have them tattooed right here.
That's
See it
awesome.
every day. Because I hit a spot where I was at rock bottom. And I don't want to say what caused it because it's very heartbreaking to talk about. But I was having suicidal thoughts and what do you call it? Ideation? Suicidal. And it was a really tough time. And I was listening to music, and somehow I got out of it through listening and crying through music, and it got me out of a tough space. Just music. So that's why I think after that passed, that wave that I was going through,
Music is therapeutic.
yeah, I deeply believe like she saved my life because it's sometimes the lyrics alone can make you feel not alone. Because I live alone.
Yeah.
I like to live alone. I don't really do roommates, and it's
Solitude.
solitude, and
Yeah.
it's also very peaceful. But like I said, it also the suicidal thoughts. They also came from grief, because like I said, grief comes in waves. But you just I'm not a quitter. Like the ideation thing, it's sometimes there's a lot of shame and stigma behind it. But I think that's why I'm on the show, is to talk about it and say like it's okay. You got to reach out for help, which I did, and I got better, and I went to therapy, and I'm still going to therapy, and I'm still working on myself. But that's all that matters.
There's no
is that
destination
you're
though.
still here.
If you're trying
You
to be
gotta-
better or be
Yeah.
better than you were yesterday, there's
can't quit.
It's like I got it. No, you don't ever have it. There's
Yeah.
no certificate at the end. It's like it's an ongoing daily renewing of the mind. So, and I think that's strength in that. Then
Yeah, I think so too. It's like I can't let these dark thoughts win. I don't know where they come from sometimes.
gotta take them captive. And not today,
yeah,
devil.
You're like, yeah, I think that's why I went so close to God. Yeah, because I think sometimes
I had to just start speaking life over my situation.
Yes, exactly.
Verbally,
Yeah, I will
and
get
people
on my
might have
hands
thought I
and
was
knees.
crazy or whatever, but
No, you have to.
I think because
You have to.
not you ain't winning today. Like removing certain words from my vocabulary, like try and I can't, because if I say I can't, I already quit.
Your body, I read a study that said something about the words you speak will literally manifest into your
Yeah.
brain cells. So your brain will feel those feelings. And that's what therapy taught me as well. So it's important. It's super important.
Awesome conversation so far.
I love our conversation.
Yeah,
So
we were just vibing. It was right where it needed to be. So, what do you have to say to the folks out there? Do you have anything left?
I would love to say, if you're out there watching this right now, to know always that you're never alone, and you're on a guided path, whether you see it or not. And there is a glorious, beautiful future ahead of you if you just believe it and put your mind to it.
Amen.
I think that's the blessing. I think that's a true blessing of our story, our message today. I think it's really important that people know that you're not alone.
Where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram. I have a YouTube platform called To Be Honest Podcast Miami. And then I have a Facebook, but I'm not very active on there.
Yeah.
I think it's called Rosemary Jane. That was my old name. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm very much Instagram focused, and I love taking pictures and posting stories on there about art and how I feel. It's how I express myself.
Yeah.
And then I have the YouTube channel that's more if you want to sit down and get to know me more.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. And then I'm hoping you guys see me in my new movie, Entity. Hopefully it comes out this fall. I'm really hoping, but
We're gonna post the link so that we can follow that and make sure that we get to see it when it does drop.
I will let you know as soon as it does.
And we
I'm
wanna
really
see the
proud of
book,
that
too.
project. Yeah, I'm not done writing
However,
it.
whatever
But
it
yeah,
ends up being, the book, the
it's
short form.
yeah, I don't know.
So
I might have to talk to the producers, see if we're going to turn that into a short film or something, but it's it's in the works. So I'm really excited.
that's awesome. I'm gonna we're gonna post all of her links in the bio. Guys, go check her out. She's awesome. I've been following her now for a while. Love the podcast. So thank you guys for tuning in. And we will see you on the next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you guys thought. And we'll see you on the next one.